This is the first passage. Everyone ready? As Archer paid the hansom and followed his wife's long train into the house, he took refuge in the comforting platitude that the first 6 months were always the most difficult in a marriage. After that, I suppose we shall have pretty nearly finished rubbing off each other's angles, he reflected. But the worst of it was that May's pressure was already bearing on the very angles whose sharpness he most wanted to keep. Okay, that's the first one. The second one. She thought she might as well go back and see how the game was going on, as she heard the Queen's voice in the distance, screaming with passion. She had already heard the Queen sentence three of the players to be executed for having missed their turns, and she didn't like the look of things at all, as the game was in such confusion that she never knew whether it was her turn or not. So she went in search of her hedgehog. And then the final one. For so long a period, not merely estranged but outlawed from society, she had habituated herself to such latitude of speculation as was to altogether foreign to the clergyman. She had wandered without rule or guidance in a moral wilderness. Her intellect and heart had their home, as it were, in desert places, where she roamed as freely as the wild Indian in his woods. For years past, she had looked from this estranged point of view at all human institutions: the clerical band, the judicial robe, the pillory, the gallows, the fireside, or the church. The tendency of her fate and fortunes had been to set her free. That's it.
Now, the moment you've all been waiting for, we know, to discover who amongst you is brilliant enough, literarily educated to have guessed the tip of my tongue works. And truth be told, you guys didn't do a very good job. There's only one winner. There was quite a few of you who got 2 of the 3, but only one person who got all of the 3. And to be fair, she didn't even truly trust herself, and she crossed out the correct answer and put another answer in instead. So the one simple rule is to always trust your first instinct here. But we're going to give her the prize anyways. And before I announce her name, the correct answers were passage number 1, Edith Wharton's Age of Innocence. 2, Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland, which many of you, almost everyone who got at least one of the 3 right got that. And then the final one, which very few people got, but you all should have because you all read it when you were 14, The Scarlet Letter by Nathaniel Hawthorne. And the only person, and again with a little asterisk, but we'll give it to her, Judy Hudson. Bravo, Judy. You can collect your signed books after the show.